Michael Phelps eats 12,000 calories a day, or The Rock has these massive cheat meals and all of these different things. You don't see the behind the scenes of these people, and you don't see how much activity they're actually doing. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing the top 5 fat loss myths and why they exist. There is a lot of misinformation floating around. I get these all the time as a nutrition coach, so I just want to jump right into it. The first one is don't eat after 8 p.m. Why does this exist? So this comes about because I want you to really think about what you're eating after 8 p.m. If you're like most people, you're probably not preparing a really nice salad with some grilled chicken and, extra veggies and all of these good things, right? You're likely going into your pantry and picking up a bag of something and heading back to the couch. At the end of a hard day, you're tired and you're hungry, and that's okay. But if you're not eating after 8 p.m., you're likely completely eliminating that part of your diet. And that's obviously going to lead to a caloric deficit if you're used to eating 500 or 600 calories after 8 p.m. If you get rid of that 8 p.m. and on eating window, you're likely to lose weight. It does not mean that the same cupcake that you eat at 7 p.m. automatically doubles in calories after 8 p.m. Your body doesn't know what time it is, especially the second it turns 8 p.m. This is not something that happens. Please don't believe the hype of like foods are going to make you way fatter after 8 p.m. You need to eat dinner after 8 p.m. and you're eating a healthy dinner. Don't hesitate to do that just because the clock turned to 8:01. Number 2, starvation mode. Starvation mode is something I hear all the time. I want to explain where this comes from. The harsh reality is if there was such thing as starvation mode, nobody would die from starvation. We obviously know that that's not the case. So that being said, why do people talk about it? Something does happen when you eat too little for too long. Metabolic downregulation. What this is your body learning to survive on fewer and fewer calories because you're so chronically in a deficit. That being said, your body is going to get rid of non-essential things like your sex drive, how healthy your hair looks, your skin, all of these things that maybe aren't deemed essential by your body that do take up calories to keep running correctly. If you are eating way too little for way too long, it does make sense that you will burn less calories throughout the day. You'll stop fidgeting, things like that. The other side to this is if you are chronically under eating, you are way more likely to binge. So if I tell you that you'll go into starvation mode, if you don't eat enough, you're more likely to eat a fair amount, not binge, and lose weight. Don't believe the hype about starvation mode, but definitely ensure you're still eating enough. It's really, really important. Number 3, there are fat burning foods. This is not the case at all. There is not foods that you eat that burn fat or eat fat or any of that. What does happen is there are foods that are going to make it a lot easier to stick in a caloric deficit. If you're eating a crap ton of veggies and that whole entire bowl of veggies is only 150 calories, obviously that's going to be a lot easier to keep you full than a 500 calorie little piece of whatever, cake, cookies, whatever it may be. It's not going to fill you up. The veggies now become a fat-burning food because you're obviously eating less calories. It's as simple as that. A calorie is a calorie. Some calories are going to be much better for you in terms of containing micronutrients and making you feel good, but don't believe the hype that there are fat-burning foods. It doesn't work like that. Number 4, you can out-train a bad diet. The big thing here is that so many people believe they can out-train a bad diet because they heard that Michael Phelps eats 12,000 calories a day, or The Rock has these massive cheat meals and all of these different things. You don't see the behind the scenes of these people, and you don't see how much activity they're actually doing. So number 1, you should never compare your diet to anybody else's. I don't share my macros and stuff on here because it doesn't make sense to. They're not going to help you. I want you to think about a jug of water, right? So if you have a giant jug of water and it's this big, about this much of it is going to be what you burn from your workout. The rest of this is everything else you do throughout the day. It is such a small percentage of the total calories you burn that your workout isn't going to make a massive dent. If you're working out for 8 or 9 hours a day and you're a professional athlete, more power to you, that's great. But the general population is not going to burn off their diet, and the general population is going to have to take care of the caloric intake first before they worry about working it off. Number 5, you can spot reduce fat or turn fat to muscle, turn muscle to fat. Not how it works. Physiologically, you cannot turn fat into muscle or muscle tissue into fat tissue. That's just not how it works. Your body can't do that, and so don't worry about it. What you can do is you can build muscle, lose fat. If you are newer at exercise, congratulations, you can likely do both of these at the same time. Newbie gains are like the biggest thing that anybody that's been in fitness talks about. Congratulations, if that's you, that's awesome. If you're a highly trained individual, you are likely not going to be able to do this as successfully. You may have to go through cutting phases and bulking phases, or fat loss phases and muscle gain phases. Whatever you want to call it, it's not going to be quite as easy to do both at the same time. The biggest thing I will see is that people will do a cut and they'll cut down all this body fat, but they don't have a base of muscle underneath it and they don't look the way they want to. So you do have to ensure that you are eating enough to build that muscle base that you want to reveal. There you have it. That is my top 5 fat loss myths. If you have any more or any questions, leave them down below and I'll respond to them. Other than that, have a great day, guys. See you later.